I'm here with Craig Gilbert, our Washington, D.C. Bureau Chief, and he's going to give us the latest on what's happening with the Obamacare replacement plan. How is that going?
It's a pretty big lift at this point. Paul Ryan is trying to get this thing through his own party, which controls both the House and the Senate. It's tough for different reasons in the Senate and for different reasons in the House. There's no consensus right now among Republicans over which way to go with this bill, over whether it's too generous or not generous enough, over who the winners and losers are, and the challenge for Paul Ryan is if he moves one way, if he moves the bill toward the center, he runs the risk of more defections from the right, and vice versa. So there's a huge amount at stake politically for both him and President Trump. A lot of aspects of the Republican agenda depend on getting a health care bill passed quickly.
What does this mean for his political future? Obviously, speakers have had a rough road in recent years.
Well, his personal stamp is on this bill. It's really more of a Ryan bill than a Trump bill when you look at the philosophy behind it, even though Paul Ryan has said over and over again that this bill was written in conjunction and cooperation with the White House. It's a bill that's more in keeping with the sort of traditional conservative ideology of House Republicans than it is with President Trump's rhetoric on the campaign trail, where he talked about protecting entitlements and protecting the insured. There are clearly some losers in the Republican health care bill on that front.
What are you seeing in terms of winners and losers under this plan?
Well, it's interesting. What we see a pattern nationally and in Wisconsin where demographically the people on Obamacare who lose the most are people that you sort of associate with the sort of Trump vote, which are older Americans, rural Americans, middle to lower income Americans, and geographically something similar is going on. When you look at Wisconsin, I'm doing a piece for the weekend where I'm kind of mapping the effects of what happens to the healthcare tax credits under the Republican bill compared to the current healthcare law. And what happens is rural areas, particularly northern Wisconsin, get hit the hardest. These are areas that came in big for Trump. They're represented by Republicans in Congress like Sean Duffy in northern Wisconsin. And that's where you see the biggest kind of erosion in the support in terms of tax credits people would be getting to help pay their premiums, because under the current law, high-cost health care areas, places where it costs more, there are fewer healthcare providers, it's more expensive, they tend to be rural, and those places people get extra help under the current healthcare law. They don't get the same bonus under the Republican healthcare bill, so the losers in this particular measure tend to be in northern Wisconsin, not southern Wisconsin.
Thank you so much, Craig. I'm sure we'll be back in touch soon with more questions.
Stay tuned.
Thanks.